Hey everyone, Lance here again, and welcome back to the channel. I have some announcements and some news, and I also need your help, so if you could stick around to the end of the video, I have a small request. Let's get right into it. A few videos back, I outlined some of my yearly goal. There was a chunk of stuff, but one of the bigger items was to create a website which would exist alongside Etsy and act as somewhere to display and sell our models. Well, I went ahead, and a big announcement right now is that the website is live. It's www.epics'n'stuffs.com. It's going to be a couple of months before it makes its way into search engine and SEO and all that technical gubbins, but you can access it and buy from it already. We've already had a couple of transactions, so a big thank you to the people who have already bought something. But I didn't just stop at our miniatures. I thought, if I'm paying for a sales platform and a domain, why don't I combine our miniatures with some of the other hobby stuff that we have? This got me thinking. My circumstances allow me to become a trade partner with certain distributors, and because of that, I now have access to certain product lines. To that end, we don't just have miniatures on the website, we also have other hobby products. Products like paints from the likes of Vallejo, Army Painter, Scale 75, P3. We also have paint sets from the likes of Army Painter and Vallejo. And things like brushes, tools, vortex mixers, cases, other accessories that you would use for painting miniatures. We don't just sell them via our website, we also have a presence now on eBay as well, where we've made quite a few sales thus far, and again, thanks to anybody who's made a purchase. The aim is to be able to sell our miniatures, but then also provide everything that people need to finish painting them as well. Stock will grow over time. Currently, we do buy direct from suppliers and distributors, but we do have some used and new old stock, clearance lines, the like, so it's worth having a look to see whether or not there's anything that tickles your fancy. For example, I have a chunk of those Mark I Citadel painting handles, which are in pristine condition, unboxed, which will be live on the website soon. Our prices are competitive, we do ship internationally, there is a minimum requirement for free delivery, like there is with most hobby stores, and as an added bonus, you get a free mystery Epics'N'Stuffs miniature with every purchase. That's even if you're buying a miniature or just a single paint, you'll get a small free miniature in the box as well. So go and have a look. Again, that's www.epics'n'stuffs.com. Purchasing from there helps us directly. So that's the website. It will evolve over time, and any feedback regarding it is very much appreciated. With that, I think the hobby haul videos might have a bit of a limited use now. Not because it's sharing or shouting out what would now be competitors, but because I'm getting items of stock and there might be a little bit of like a conflict of interest, if that makes sense. Saying that, you should support your local hobby store 100%, and if you manage to grab yourself a bargain, shout it loud, let others partake in deals. Which was ultimately the point of those hobby haul videos in general, which was to highlight specific purchases I'd made which I thought were very, very good value for money, and then passing that along to the wider community. I could, however, in replacement of those hobby haul videos, instead do a what's in stock type of video. In other words, what we have, what we got in new releases, good deals, sales, all that type of thing. I frequently watch videos on YouTube from a channel called Double Jump Games, where Cooper and Abby and the rest of the team there document the daily life of running a video game store. It's a great behind the scenes. If you're into video games, it's a cool little watch. They highlight their trade-ins, rare items, they do mini reviews sometimes. You get to see some of the new releases behind the scenes, or all their interactions within the store and how the business is going. It's very insightful, but it's also very cool to watch, and they're very, very nice, genuine people. So go and subscribe to Double Jump Video Games. They also post quite frequently. It's very motivating actually sometimes to watch. And with that, I might be able to do something similar, nowhere near as frequent or as detailed because I'm just running it from my office type of thing. But you know, that could be something that might be worth doing instead of hobby haul videos. Let me know if that would be of any interest and make any suggestions as to what you would like to see. Next, I'd like to ask for some help. There's a little bit of a story to this. Hopefully it won't take too long. I've been 3D printing for like 5 to 6 years now, and that was my gateway into the hobby. More recently, it's funneled me towards miniature painting, and that has evolved very, very quickly. Despite being in that segment of the hobby for the last 2 or 3 months, I've painted near enough, I think 30 miniatures now, and I plan on smashing my 36 miniature goal of 2025. The need to feed that part of the hobby got me out and into physical stores. I've been to all the local or stores that are within a reasonable distance for me to drive to. I've mentioned some of them in past hobby haul videos, the likes of Element Games in Stockport, Alchemist Workshop, Mutant Dice Games, Games Workshop themselves. And there is something very pleasing about these spaces. Seeing the miniatures, the displays, the boxes with all the box art, the paint racks, the play areas, the painting zones, and ultimately the people as well, 9 times out of 10 are very, very cool. In the immediate area of where I live, I feel there is a distinct lack of hobby stores to go out to. Apart from Games Workshop, which is in our local town centre, there's nowhere else within like a 30 or 40 minute drive. So that got me thinking, could I maybe set something up? Something small to start with, somewhere I can go during the day, do my regular 3D sculpting stuff, paint models, but also somewhere to display our miniatures, as well as other products relating to the hobby, but then also invite people in. Potentially have a painting area and maybe a play zone. So I'm investigating that. I'm making a business plan and gathering some data. And that's where your help could come in, the data gathering. When making a business plan, it's customary to have some data to back up claims. So to that end, I've created a survey. It should only take a few minutes to fill out. It's essentially capturing some information with regards to how you interact with the hobby. Preferred brands, what game you play, spending habits, so on and so forth. It's linked in the description along with the website. If you could take a couple of moments of your time, fill that out, it will help me massively. And hopefully in the not too distant future, there might be another hobby store on the map. And that's it. I've got a couple of videos in progress at the moment. I think the next one might be a little bit of like a insight as to what type of stock we have in inventory and what new things we've got in. Something small, simple, pretty easy. And then after that, I'll return to the creative videos, testing paint, creating new models, all the usual stuff. Be sure to visit the Patreon, go and grab yourself some free STLs. Any support via the platform is very much appreciated. Visit the website if you're interested in hobby paints, tools, that type of stuff. It's worth having a look and keep checking back because stock will update over time. And also, if you could fill in that survey, it would be a huge help. Again, links in the description. And that's all I've got today. Thanks for listening to our announcement. Thanks for any help or support or purchases in advance. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Speak soon.